Today we are at the castle in the top eastern corner of B3, right over there. There's another castle on the map over there, and then there is a museum over here in D1. All three of those locations have got similar loot. This one I prefer just because of its layout and its close proximity to the traders. We're gonna look at one of the most low risk ways to make money. It is not the most exciting. I will be cutting and skipping through some of the steps or some of the process just to speed it up a little bit, but I'll show you the gist of it. The loot at these castle locations are mostly recurve bows. They're really good for that, especially if you're new on the map. You can get a variety of bow strengths here. Sporran bags you can get. They're really nice for loot storage. And then medieval swords. And that's what we're after today. A medieval sword that's repaired to 100% sells for around about 1,300. And you can fit quite a few into a hiking backpack. So we're going to see how much we can get. You'll see there's some towers around the outside perimeter of the castle and the inside. I'm going to do the inside first, and then I'm going to go around the outside. The formula is very simple. We are going to get into one of these towers and just loot them one by one. Careful as you get up here. Sometimes there's a puppet at the top there, and if you don't kill it quickly enough, it'll scream, call a horde. The plus side is in these towers you're relatively safe, so you can wait out the brunt of the horde running and looking for you until they calm down. You have to be aware, however, when you get to the outside of the castle, you might have puppets just running at you from weird distances, so just be prepared for that. Okay, so in our first one, we already have a Mohawk 80, crossbow bolts. I'm not really a fan of those, don't use a crossbow, and they don't sell for much. And then each tower has 3 levels with some chests on each. And as you can see, some items just lying loose. Another bow, this one is a Kodiak 60. So depending on your archery skill and your strength. And then we've got a helmet and broadhead metal arrows. Depending on your archery skill and your strength, the higher strength bows, you won't be able to pull them back for a long period like this, for example. I can pull it back and aim, and then you'll see it starts going skew. And if you have a higher poundage bow, that will happen quicker than with a lower one. However, the higher poundages shoot further and a little bit harder, so they're more accurate at longer distances. I myself currently have got the Ballista 100, which is the heaviest poundage bow. It's okay with this 3 strength, as you saw now. It's not that I can't pull the bow back, I just can't be in focus mode aiming for long periods, so I need to line up my targets quickly. But it flies straight for a really long distance, so you can shoot quite accurately at a distance. If you're new to the map, however, this is one of my favorites. One of my first places I try and get to is one of these castle locations, because you can get a bow upgrade almost immediately, you can get some extra storage, really good, and there's sometimes money in the mattresses, but it's not that much. Okay, crafted metal sword and tights. Tights are nice for heat. Crafted metal sword is not to be ignored if you've got nothing. Um, it does a lot of damage and it's really simple to craft as well. So we've got a puppet up here. Let's just deal with that quickly. Right, we've left the castle and went to a town nearby, looking for a place to repair our swords. I picked up a toolbox along the way that I crafted. It's an old one, there's not a lot left, so we'll probably, it's 5 uses, we'll use it up in our demonstration. So you need one of these drill presses. You can find them in little tiny garage nooks like this, or in some workshops like this larger workshop over here. It's got a couple of them. You need sword, you need a toolbox and one of these benches or drill presses, and then you can right click on the sword and repair. And you'll see we'll get 5% damage repaired, and it used up 5 uses of our toolbox. So that's the one way to do it. It's not the most economic one, but it is cheap because crafting a toolbox is quite simple. All you need is scrap metal, plank, nail, bolts, and a blunt tool, which can be anything, even a wooden club, which is quite simple to craft. The numbers here of how much you need will depend on your engineering. My engineering is high enough that I only need one of each. I think some of them go up to 2. So that's the one option. I'm going to head over to my base and show you the most economic way of. Here we're back at our base. The most economic way to repair your swords is with an improvised workbench. It'll take some of the durability of the workbench to repair the sword, but that's okay because I'll show you how to quickly fix that as well. So when you look at your flag and you hold F, you can see all the elements that you want to repair. You can most of the time repair all of them, or only elements under a certain percentage, and that's what we're going to use. So you can see under 75, 50 and 25 I've got 0 elements in my base that's got a durability that low. So we're going to head over here, select our workbench, pick this sword and repair it. You'll notice this time that my toolbox is not highlighted because it doesn't use the toolbox, it uses the workbench. We can see we're on 87% and 69 on the sword. So when we repair, we got 5% here and we lost 3% there. Those percentages aren't always the same, but you will lose on your workbench and gain on your items. So let's just do a couple more until we get our workbench below 75. Then I'll show you what I do. 74. There we go. Well, we're so close. Let's max it out. Okay. Now we go to our flag and we say repair the base element, because we have a toolbox on us. So repair the base element that's under 75. And now you'll notice we used one use of our toolbox to repair the one base item, and it's back at 100%, which means with the toolbox, that improvised toolbox, you can repair your workbench 20 times at between 3 and 5% health for your bladed weapon per use. And with one like this, we've got 50 times. So that is plenty. And this is by far the most economic way. do your workbench until under 75 and then just repair that one base item with a single use of your toolbox. I'm going to carry on doing that until they're all on 100%, and then we can head over to the trader and you'll see what we can get for the swords when they're fully repaired. Okay, here we are at the traders. Let's see what we're going to get for those swords.
That thing registered. Kidding. Nobody cares.
1,375 for a nice total of 9,610. 20, sorry. So that's 9.5k. 9.5k for just a little bit of time to repair the swords and to go and collect them. However, there was relatively no risk involved, so you can do this with very poor gear. Obviously, you will need to be able to carry all the swords out of there, so once you have a hiking backpack, that's a really good way to make money without a lot of effort. And as I showed you, you can repair them for a nice economic way if you have a workbench. Workbench isn't too difficult to get either. Let's see if we go to base building. The most difficult part about the workbench is you're going to need a drill and you're going to need a bolt cutter. But once you've got those two items, the rest is just wooden planks, bolts, nuts, things like that. So that's it, guys. This video was not so much about specific high action looting, but more just to show you an easy way to make money fast. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, and click the bell. And comment down below to let me know if there's anything else you want to see specifically, or if you have any comments about the videos themselves. Thank you. Bye bye.